All right, fourth grade, it's the day you've been waiting for. We get to use the clay. So you're gonna have your armature here of your cupcake, and you're going to be getting a package of clay. So you just are going to open your package and pull out your clay. This is trash. So the very first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna be taking some skinny pieces of white clay, and we're just going to kind of tuck them around the edge of our cup like that. So we're gonna kind of wrap them around because this is gonna help our clay to stick when we go to wrap it. It doesn't really like sticking to the styrofoam cup, so the first go around we're going to take little pieces, and I mean little, not big, and we're just gonna kind of wrap them around the edge of the cup. This is gonna help our clay to stick when we go to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way around. So in order to create our cupcake, we only have white clay. So we're gonna need to color this. Now y'all know basic color mixing. If I mix, red and blue, I get purple, and if I mix red and violet, I'm gonna get a red violet. You know this already. But our clay is white. So when I mix a color in here, I'm going to have to consider that my clay is adding white to the mix. So I have this color chart that kind of shows you what you would get when you mix certain colors together. Now you know any color plus white just makes the value lighter. So if I mix just green and white, I'm going to make a lighter green. And you guys know, if I mix red with my white clay, it's not going to be red. It's going to be pink because my white will mix with the red. So just keep in mind that your clay is white, and that will add white to the mix of what you're doing. Now, let's say we want to make a color. Now, I'm not gonna color my entire clay all at once. I'm going to, do it in sections. So I'm gonna take a piece, and we will just be using markers to add color to our clay. I think I want to make this nice ocean mist color. So my clay is already white. So I just need green and blue. So I'm gonna do my teal and blue. So all I'm gonna do is start adding color to my clay. Just jam it in there nicely. These are gonna be your markers that you're working with, so take care of them still. All right, so once I got some color on there, I'm gonna start to mix it. So I'm not going to press my fingers right in there because they're gonna turn blue. Instead, I'm gonna fold it up, and I'm gonna start squeezing my clay together. Alright, so I've got a color that I've mixed. It is fully mixed. It is the same color all the way through. The way that we are going to apply this frosting to our cupcake is we are going to use something called a coiling method. So when we use clay, one of the ways that we can build is by coiling our clay. So to make a coil, I'm going to take my clay and I'm going to start to roll it into a long tube, and I'm going to press with the palm of my hand, and I'm going to start rolling my clay out on my table. Now I want it to be even, so like right now this part's thicker than this part, so I want to roll this part a little bit. So I'm going to be going back and forth, and I'm going to roll it out into a coil. When I do this, I'm using the palm of my hand, and I'm not using my fingers, because my fingers they'll dent the clay, so your clay will be lumpy. So I'm using the palm of my hand so it's even. And you notice it's starting to get longer and longer. Okay. Once you've got a nice long tube of it, now we're gonna start to wrap it around our cupcake to make the frosting. So I'm just gonna come over here, I'm gonna stick it to the white clay that I've already made. And it really likes to stick to itself, so it does a good job. So I'm just gonna kind of keep going. And I can always kind of smush it down, press it in. Okay, then when I get to where it comes together, I'm just gonna go up and I'm gonna work on making a second row. Okay, so it's gonna keep getting coiled up and up and up. So once I'm here, well, I'm gonna go and make another coil. If I want it to all be one color, that's fine. I'm just gonna have to go back and make more, okay? So when I make my next coil, I'll start where I left off and I'll keep going. So eventually I'm gonna go around and around until I get up to the top. Right, so as you get towards the top when you're coiling, you wanna follow your armature. So your coils are gonna come in. You don't wanna keep just building them straight on each other and going straight up. So as I coil, I'm making sure that I'm following along with my armature. I'm not just sticking it on top of other coils, but I'm making sure it's gonna start getting tighter the more I go in. Okay, so I still have a little bit to do, but you can kind of see how my cupcake's gonna take on this shape. So as I coil, my coils are gonna start to get closer and closer together until they cover the top. And we will go over that more next time. What you wanna do is you wanna make sure that there's no gaps like this. You just kind of press them. You don't want any gaps in your clay. And then we will save these and we will keep working on them next time.